Hey, everybody. Tim Miller from the Bulwark here with managing editor Sam Stein. Over the weekend, Trump is continuing to desperately find something for other people to talk about besides the cover-up of the child sex trafficking and his potential extent of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. And so he posted a bleat that he's really going for it on this one.
Yeah. This is from July 26th, so that's a Saturday at 7:45 p.m. He is overseas, so who knows when he sent it. It reads like this.
That would be the middle of the night overseas.
Yeah, good point. That's like
if
these timestamps are right. Yeah,
Scotland.
It's like about 1:45 in the morning. Classic. I'm looking at the large amount of money owed by the Democrats after the presidential election and the fact that they admit to paying, probably illegally, $11 million to singer Beyoncé. Thank God he clarified which Beyoncé, for an endorsement. She never sang, not one note, and left the stage to a booing and angry audience. $3 million for expenses to Oprah, $600,000 to very low-rated TV anchor Al Sharpton, parenthetical, a total lightweight, and others to be named for doing so absolutely nothing. These ridiculous fees were incorrectly stated in the books and records. You are not allowed to pay for an endorsement. It is totally illegal to do so. Can you imagine what would have happened if politicians started paying for people to endorse them? All hell would break out. Kamala and all of those that received endorsement money broke the law. They should all be prosecuted. And then, of course, thank you for your attention to this matter, blah, blah, blah.
Should all be prosecuted. So, a couple thoughts. Just one, just the nature of how pathetic this attempt is, I think, reflected. And, I forget whether it's been a distraction that has worked for the Sunday shows. It hasn't. We'll talk about the Sunday shows later, but they haven't even discussed this basically this morning on the mainstream news outlets. Fox isn't even getting hard for this though.
Come on.
It's not
even Fox.
It's like, nobody, not even Trump's fans are out there being like, Kamala, you're going to be in jail any moment now.
This is like half a Cialis. They need the full Cialis.
The thing is just, I'm sorry to be serious for this 1 second, but it's basically the Republicans' fault that we have no election laws right now. And the Federal Election Commission, the FEC, has been totally neutered. So there's no laws. Elon Musk, the only law that we had to follow back in the day when I worked on campaigns and there were laws you're supposed to follow, the main one was you can't coordinate with outside groups. The campaigns can't coordinate with outside groups. It's kind of a dumb law, but it was the main law that people had to follow. And I don't know if you recall, but Elon Musk was on stage with Donald Trump jumping up and down so you could see his belly button, and they were at events together, and it's he was his top super PAC donor. So there aren't any real actionable laws here. In addition to the fact that this is just obviously a lame effort to try to
since you brought it up, the most egregious public violation of campaign finance laws during this past election was from Elon Musk. And it was when he would hand out those $1 million checks to people who were coordinating get out the vote activities. You cannot pay for people to do that. And he was just doing it. And it was just I'm going to go for it, going to do it. Here's $1 million. Literally a violation right in front of our faces.
Ron DeSantis' campaign also had a lot. He was riding on the bus of his super PAC, just because he didn't have enough money.
Complete coordination. Yeah. You're not allowed to do that, but they just completely coordinated, and they were just saying, "Oh, this is I forget what their justification was. Probably that they were nonprofit entity, and that they were just happened to be in the same place." With respect to what Trump's bleeding about, in fact, the reason that we know about these payments is because the Harris campaign was following the law. And not because they were violating laws, because they were reimbursing the expenses for Oprah, Beyonce, or Al Sharpton to shoot these shows or come down and do these things. Because if they were not to do that, it would count as an in-kind contribution to the campaign above the legal limits, which would have been a violation of law. So by operating within the books, as much as we can tell, the Harris campaign subjected itself to this ridiculous bleat. It's ironic.
Classic Trump. I guess, Sam, I guess my question is, so he also is posting, there's a meme where Obama is OJ and him and JD Vance are cops.
But it's the memed JD Vance, which is kind of
weird looking JD Vance. And it's I don't know. Maybe we just live in idiocracy and people just want to be entertained. Yes. And this is fine. This is he's just feeding the mass. What did JD call him back in the Atlantic? The opiate of the masses. Something maybe just Trump is just feeding people their opiates and like that's okay. But I don't know, man. I don't know. In the context of this Epstein thing, doesn't it all feel a little limp? Doesn't it all feel?
It does feel
like,
limp. Yeah, of course it feels limp. It's and like it's not just yes, there's some like late stage Roman Empire Colosseum vibes to this, but it's like, how many times are you going to call for, Kamala Harris prosecution or Barack Obama's prosecution? And then like, this, you don't see it because he's bleeding nonstop. He's like, we got to shut down the broadcast networks. It's like, he keeps saying these things. And of course we should take them seriously, because if you don't, then you just kind of invite that shit to happen. And it's kind of, you get to a place where it's just sort of standard. But at the same time, there is I think what's distinct about this moment is that it does feel limp, right? It feels like such an obvious, transparent effort to move the story to something else, which is why I think this whole Epstein saga is so damaging to him, is that he can't he can't engineer another storyline because these files are still secret. And until they're released, I don't know what other shit he could throw against the wall to see what sticks, because he's throwing all of it.
All right, could I offer one positive spin? Could we close this video with a positive spin?
Sure.
Isn't this kind of the best case scenario? I mean, Trump is golfing all weekend. According to you, I haven't seen this. He posted a highlight video.
Yeah, 3 minute highlight video of him at Turnberry. I've been watching it. He's got this classic grandpa swing where he doesn't take the club back too far. I will say he's a pretty good golfer.
I hear you're a golfer.
Yeah, I'm a golfer. But he plays a lot. Like he plays a ridiculous amount of golf, and like I'm envious of how much golf he plays. Like I think 98% non-professional golfers, if they play that much golf, would be like, this is a lot of golf.
All right. So he's in Scotland. He's got at least a couple rounds in. He had a round in yesterday, had a round in today.
Right, but this is when he does his worst bleeding.
Yeah, he's posting about how Obama and Oprah should be in jail. Like, they're not going to be in jail. I mean, this feels better than, I don't know, like cutting aid to the poorest people in the world, or snatching people, organizing a kidnapping ring.
I've talked to people about this exactly. They're like, you just got to look at it like a 24-hour increments, right? Like if you can distract him, like you get through the day, and if he's distracted on bullshit and he's not doing real damage, that's a win. It's like you just kind of like build through a day where you can try to create these type of Truman Show distractions where he feels like he's in some simulation of a presidency, and you win. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where we're
at.
There
you go. That's a positive spin from the Bulwark YouTube page, everybody. Make sure to subscribe. This is where you come for the good news. He's Sam Stein. I'm Tim Miller. And we got much more coming. So we'll see y'all soon.
Peace.